It absolutely doesn't taste like salami. It has the texture, but not the taste. Oh yeah, that's exactly it. Oh, it's sticky. I'm really a ham, this time. This video, listen, is all over the place. Hello, today I'm going to try vegan versions of products that aren't usually vegan for the first time. I want to see how similar they are, and most importantly, if they're good. So let's get started right away. So the first one I'm going to try is meatless salami from the brand Plenty Reason, and apparently it's not French since all the packaging is in English, well, except on the back. It's made from water, wheat protein, spices, canola oil, a bit of soy, yeast, and well, garlic, glucose, salt, lemon juice, and also some coloring. We'll see how it turns out. Honestly, visually, it looks like salami, but just barely. You can tell it's not the classic version. So let's go. I'm going to open it with you, okay? I have to say, at first glance, it doesn't really make me want to eat it. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not convinced so far. In any case, it doesn't make me hungry, but maybe it's actually very good. In terms of smell, it doesn't really have much of a scent. Now, all that's left is to taste it. Oh wow, that's really surprising. The texture is exactly like salami. If I had tried it, let's say, blindfolded, I wouldn't have been able to tell the difference. Really, in terms of how it feels to the touch, it's exactly the same. Now we'll taste it the same way. Cutting it is pretty much the same. And as for the taste, well, we'll see. It has the texture of salami, but not the taste. That's not for me. It's a total failure, so I'll pass. I wouldn't recommend it to you. Well, the taste isn't bad, it's edible, but honestly, let's say it's not a success in terms of imitation. Honestly, it's better to make something new and give it a different name. For this fake salami, I would give it a score out of 10, so as you can see, it's not approved. For me, let's move on to the next one. So here I have mayonnaise from the brand Schlag Fix. It looks like it's German, quite simply. And obviously this one doesn't contain eggs, since it's vegan, so what about this? For this, I don't think it's too hard to recreate, although it's true that in mayonnaise, the base is eggs and oil. Oh, in terms of smell, it really does seem like mayonnaise, and as you can see, this one is really nice and white. In terms of texture, it's firm, resembles yogurt, and reminds you of industrial mayonnaise. So, up to this point, I'd say it's pretty good. There's absolutely nothing putting me off. Actually, on the contrary, I'd say it actually makes me want to try it. Normally, I don't eat mayonnaise with a spoon. It tastes exactly like the mayonnaise that was used in my childhood to put on halved eggs in the cafeteria. But actually, it tastes like mayonnaise to me. Well, honestly, I'm pretty surprised. I wasn't expecting that. It has the taste, it has the texture, it almost has the smell. You can tell it's not mayonnaise. But honestly, in terms of similarity, it's very close. Really. I definitely approve and would rate it 8 out of 10. So, here we have a cheese imitation that obviously doesn't contain any milk. So I'll taste it like this first, then I'll melt it to see how it turns out. Since we're supposed to be able to use it for raclette or burgers, let's go. Where is it? The easy open tab is here. In terms of appearance, whoa, it's very strange. It looks like butter actually, but in terms of texture, it's definitely more like cheese. In any case, it doesn't have the greasy feel that butter can have, which is pretty surprising. The smell, for its part, definitely reminds me of cheese. Let's just say it stinks a bit, but well, that's exactly what you would expect. So, basically, it's made with water, coconut oil, starch, potato proteins, olive extracts, rum, and colorings. Okay, so I'm going to taste it for you. It's okay, but not great. It's not my favorite cheese, but I think it'll taste better melted, so I'll try that with you now. As you can see, it tastes like cheese. Now I'll melt a slice of this fake cheese in the pan to see how it turns out. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Let's go. Okay, it's sizzling and puffing up like real cheese. But for now, it's not really melting. The rectangle is still very well defined. It's not spreading at all. Well, on the other hand, it has definitely softened completely. And we can separate everything. Okay, so it hardens like cheese. In this case, you see, it's really melty, but there are other spots where it's still a bit firm. All right, is heating it up a bit better? Let's see. First, the crust isn't hard. It turned golden but stayed soft. And here, in terms of texture, it kind of reminds me of, cheddar, the kind that's wrapped in plastic packets. The kind of low quality stuff. Yes, that's it. Oh, it's sticky. It sticks to your teeth, but it's actually not bad. Honestly, when it's warm, it goes down a lot better. The texture is weird and a bit elastic, but honestly, I could definitely eat more of it. I'd rate this out of 10. It looks similar, but compared to the lowest quality cheese, that's what it is. It has nothing to do with real raclette or any supermarket sliced cheese. They're close, but more work is needed, and it's probably just a matter of getting used to it. Now we're moving on to a well-known brand in France with Lévy's smoked plant-based bacon. I'm a big fan of their artistic direction, but I haven't tried their product yet, so this will be my first time. So here, it's made with rehydrated soy, sunflower oil, salt, natural flavoring, coloring, and acidity regulator. The short ingredient list is reassuring, and the smoking was done naturally with beechwood. Okay, well, in this case, it actually looks pretty appealing, but for now, it's not cooked. We'll need to heat it up so it really looks like real bacon. And we'll see how it turns out. For now, I'm not going to risk it, so here we go, raw. Let's open this together, the little tray. It smells really good, actually. It reminds me of deli meat, so that's pretty nice. Honestly, the appearance is good. It looks a bit like the salami from earlier in terms of color, except they've made an effort to add some stripes and so on. It just looks like the fat from bacon or smoked pork belly, as we say in France. Now, let's cook it all. You should cook everything on medium heat, frying the slices until they're browned on both sides. We'll take several of them. It breaks easily and isn't very firm, so I'm not sure a fork is ideal. Oh, I'm really a ham. Honestly, it fell apart, so I think using my fingers is more practical. There you go. Indeed, we're going to saute 3 of them. Here we go, perfect, and we'll see how long it takes to cook together. That's why I started a timer. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. I think one side is done. It's starting to make quite a few little bubbles. Yeah, well, it's pretty light, but I'll flip it anyway. It looks like bacon, but it's too smooth for me. I guess it's also up to us to make it look more natural if we really want to imitate the original food. And actually on the package they say there's only 1% saturated fat, so it's probably a bit healthier than real bacon. The color is now much darker. As my father, who's watching, noted, the smell is present too. This time I can smell it better than the salami. It's been about 10 minutes, so I think we're good, and I'll taste it in front of you. Even the one that fell apart still looks convincing. Now it's time to taste it. This looks more appetizing than anything I've tasted. It actually looks pretty good. They're really good. Of everything I've tasted, this most reminds me of meat. In terms of vegan products that are supposed to imitate more classic and conventional foods, this one is definitely at the top of the list. Honestly, I'll tell you right now, it's a 10 out of 10. Great job. Let's move on. Here, we likely have one of the symbols of vegan food in France. This is Faux Gras, so it's an imitation of foie gras. Many people here, even if they're not vegan, clearly don't want to eat foie gras anymore. So let's see how it turns out and if they've managed to recreate this very special dish. And so the brand in this case is Gaia. So once again, we find water, nutritional yeast, coconut oil, potato starch, sunflower protein, champagne, okay, very original, tomato pulp, salt, sunflower oil, truffle, okay, interesting spices, and that's it. Here you go. There are no colorings or additives. That seems pretty good to me, so we're going to open this little can together. Okay, first of all, in terms of appearance, it really does look like foie gras. Whether it's the shine, the color, it also looks pretty grainy. The smell, on the other hand, is almost non-existent. And as for the texture, okay, it really looks like some kind of cream. Actually, it feels like foie gras, it's a bit grainy, and it spreads perfectly well. As you can see, it's super soft, it's really liquid, it slides. Oh yes, there's a slight smell, but it doesn't seem very edible. I don't know how to explain it to you. It just reminds me of the holidays, simply. There you go. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a little aftertaste. I don't know what it is, but it's not my favorite. But the main taste, let's say, is actually very similar to foie gras. It reminds me of a food I used to eat when I was a kid. Same, again at the cafeteria. So, it feels very industrial, but it's not bad. Well, listen. So, I would give it an 8. I think there's room for improvement. It's really very similar. It can replace foie gras, and then the aftertaste. Well, I have to admit that's a bit personal, so we're not going to be too harsh about that. Now, I'm going to try Vegs, which is a brand that apparently comes from Eastern Europe and offers us an egg substitute. Here you go. As you can see, the packaging is clear and well done. There you go. It was a clever idea, especially since inside, contrary to what you might think, there are absolutely no shells. There's just powder and measuring spoons. However, the instructions are in Polish. We'll photograph everything to translate it. I have the translation and honestly it doesn't seem too complicated. We should manage. I'm curious to see how this turns out. So apparently we need to start by adding 2 large measures of water. So I'm going to take a small scoop of powder. There we go. And we're going to put it all into the water.
Perfect.
So apparently you have to mix it well. There, I'll try to make sure there's absolutely no more powder left. There, That's odd, it smells like egg. It feels like witchcraft. And once that's done, we have our mixture. We just need to wait 3 minutes for it to rest. We'll set a little timer and wait, and there you go. My mixture is ready. It has thickened nicely, so in theory we can use it now. There are a few lumps, but that's my fault. I don't think it will change the final result, so let's go. I'm going to pour this. As you can see, it's nice and thick, and maybe I could have made a bit more, but for testing, I think this will be enough. I'm going to spread this out a bit. There we go, it's unique. Now we'll try making a small circle to give it shape. Honestly, I'm not sure it'll work. I still have some doubts. Well, my friends, for once I made a mistake. There was no way it was going to work, because later on in the instructions that I hadn't read, which were also translated, it clearly states it's not for making omelets or just scrambled eggs. So actually, it's an egg substitute that you can use in preparations and recipes. So that means, for example, if I need to make a cake and there are eggs in the recipe, I can use this instead. So I'll try this in the next few days, off camera, and of course I'll let you know what I thought about it. So I tested the Vegs by making pancakes and I got a pretty satisfying result. It does let you replace eggs without any problem, except that it might make a difference. The texture is a bit more rubbery, but it's not too bothersome. So I'll give it a score of 7 out of 10. Next we have a kind of sausage or salami from the brand Rollito Vegano. The purists won't blame me anyway, since it's not the real thing. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, well, visually, they definitely followed the usual style, so let's go. Let's open this together. It's a bit slimy, there's some kind of oily liquid around it. Oh no. It's weird. It seems like a sweet product, but it's very strange. This video is all over the place. Honestly, it doesn't make me want to try it. It looks like plastic, like the sausages in kids' play kitchen sets. Anyway, so let's cut this. I don't know where to put my fingers. I'm not convinced, guys. I'm not convinced. Let's cut this. Okay. Well, inside it looks kind of like, yeah, a sausage. If we want, I'm going to cut myself a thin slice. Well, the feeling is almost the same. And now all that's left is to taste it. There's skin and all, so that won't work. It tastes like deli meat, but isn't. It's not amazing at all. And is this something you can eat, or is it plastic? Fortunately, I didn't eat it, but no, I don't think they would have put plastic around it anyway, even though it looks like it. Just to be safe, I'm not going to eat it. Well, there's not much to say. Honestly, I'm not convinced at all. I'm going to give it a score out of 10 because visually, that's about it. They tried, but the taste and texture are still far from the original. Anyway, let's move on to the last product. We're going to finish on a slightly sweeter note with this big brand KitKat, which is offering their famous biscuit in a vegan version. It just goes to show that everyone is getting into it. So let's open this up. Well, however, it's not healthy for that matter. There are still tons of ingredients and sugar, but at least no animals were involved here. Appearance-wise, it's true to the original. Now let's see how it tastes. There's almost no difference with the KitKat, let's say the original one. So for this, I'd also give it a 10 out of 10. If they can make all their KitKats vegan, why not go for it? I think it's possible. This version is proof, so that's it for today. I hope you had a good time with me. If you ever want a second episode, don't hesitate to let me know. I'll see you soon for new adventures. Goodbye.